Resident Evil 4, along with the rest of the franchise, is pretty well known for its countless references and homages to horror, action, and sci-fi B movies. But there's one significant reference I've never heard anyone mention before, and that is of Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, a game unfortunately left in the shadow of Castlevania 64, which is really a beta version of Legacy of Darkness. Before going any further, I want to say I'm a fan of both Resident Evil 4 and Legacy of Darkness, and of not saying Resident Evil 4 is a bad game. The creative process is inherently based on the rebuilding and cobbling of pieces of previous works of art and entertainment, and that is not a bad thing. In Legacy of Darkness, you must navigate a hedge maze complete with 2 overlooking stairways. In Reinhardt and Carrie's campaigns, living stone dogs chase you down. In Cornell's campaign, you must search the maze for separate left and right crest halves, which you then place into a door to unlock it and proceed. In Resident Evil 4, you must search a hedge maze complete with 2 overlooking stairways, populated by wolves which hunt you down, in order to find separate left and right crest halves, which you then, you guessed it, put into a door to unlock and proceed. One level of Legacy of Darkness is a dungeon area that's basically a pit of lava, which includes passageways of swinging blades that you have to dodge. Resident Evil 4 has an area which appears to be a gauntlet in a pit of lava. Not to mention you unlock blue and gold treasure chests reminiscent of the boss key chests in Zelda games. To my knowledge, the blue and gold design on chests isn't a common real-life thing. The Fire Temple may have influenced this area as well, since Ocarina of Time is such an influential game. A pathway of pendulum blades that you have to dodge also shows up in Resident Evil 4, though in a different area of the game. In Legacy of Darkness, there's a demon merchant that you buy supplies from, who is accessible throughout areas of the game. While in Resident Evil 4, there is also a merchant that you can buy supplies from, who is found throughout certain areas of the game. Legacy of Darkness has a fountain in one level that, if you wait until midnight, a pillar step is triggered, allowing access to a load of items at the top of the fountain. Resident Evil 4 has a fountain with a flight of ravens gathered about it. Ambush and kill them and receive a bunch of items. At one point in Legacy of Darkness, a coffin designed to be a secret entrance is the pathway into an underground area. Resident Evil 4 has a secret-looking path with a coffin built on top, leading to an underground passage. Both are found in mausoleums, which of course makes sense. Living armor is not the most unique horror trope there is, but still it is an enemy faced in both games. Castlevania's version is possessed by magic, I'm assuming, and Resident Evil 4's is controlled by parasites. In Legacy of Darkness at one point, in order to destroy a wall, you have to take nitro through obstacles and enemies to the place, all while not jumping or getting hit, otherwise it explodes. Legacy was released in 1999. The first Resident Evil was 1996. But the remake of the first came out in 2002, and in it there's a segment where you must carry nitro to a machine, avoiding enemies while not running or getting hit, otherwise it will explode. As far as I know, the nitro segment isn't in the original version of the game. Overall, the Victorian castle look must have inspired or partially inspired the castle portion of Resident Evil 4.